Hey, it's Bobby with Post Echo.
And Caitlin with Post Echo.
And a couple weeks ago, we asked you guys to submit your questions for any of our artists, and we finally have got some answers for you.
Finally, we're together, the same place. Unlike the Forces of the Street interview, where you just abandoned me.
Don't even give me that.
Where were you?
You don't even know. The first question is for Panda Cakes, which comes from JB. And the question is, where did the name Panda Cakes come from?
Panda Cakes has its origins in cuteness, and that's why our music sounds the way it does today. For the longest time, I wanted to start a band called Opium Pancakes, because I thought it would be very funny. But then, I thought maybe the type of crowd that we would attract be somewhat limited and dangerous. And it all kept reverting back to pancakes. I kept bringing that back to the table. And then
Pancakes.
Joel decided, well, how about Panda Cakes? And I was like, that's delightful, that's a made-up word.
I'm very fond of anything that toes the line between very cutesy and very dark.
What does a pancake mean? Well, a groveling pancake. And the thought of that was very comical to us.
We've got our next question for Roomdance from Curiously Interested. In your interview, you expressed your enjoyment for people uncomfortably liking your music. Can you discuss this further?
I don't feel like people are like readily accepting of those emotions. That it could communicate sort of those paradoxical feelings is special to me. You have your own ideas, of course, but they're never usually right. It's usually just wishful thinking, or you've got your own paradigms and people don't understand them. I like that kind of affirmation from somebody else. It works for me.
Okay. Our next question comes from Sean, and this is for Forces of a Street. And Sean asks, what are some everyday things that you consider pro-Icarus?
I was reading the other day about this, I guess it's like a seed vault or some high-tech thing in Scandinavia where they've got all the seeds from various important plants like wheat, corn, and trees, and they've got their seeds locked away in this high-tech mountain complex. At some point down the line, somebody might need these seeds, if an asteroid comes and smashes us or something. I don't know. It sounded like a cool idea to me, and to me that has an echo of pro-Icarus in it.
I've always thought that on a more basic level, things like skyscrapers are very pro-Icarus, and the mindset of a child. I think that there's a certain form of curiosity inherently in a child that just, before it gets squashed out of you by the world. Skyscrapers and children, really. Children and skyscrapers.
Well, that's fascinating. Next question is from CJ for Cancellieri. What was your inspiration for the gorilla artwork used to promote early spring?
So I made the gorilla painting one day when I was just messing around with stencils and was trying to do something for Ishmael, which is this famous telepathic gorilla that has a lot of good things to say. This half gorilla face came out, and I thought it'd be cool to do a sort of Rorschach blot thing with it and mirror image it. I thought it was nice and simple, black and white, kind of mysterious in that it didn't have any meaning. So, it's kind of like the album, what I thought of the album.
Our next question is for Pan, and this question comes from Lindsay, who asks, why does post-rock not have any words?
I think that we just believe that the music speaks for itself. It's our mindset coming into the whole thing. When we start writing a song, we're not thinking about what lyrics can go here. We think about what guitar riffs, can speak for us. Bach, Beethoven, the classic orchestras that's going to stand the test of time, and it's some of the best music out there.
All right. Our next question is for Devereaux from Katie. She says, I really love Cactus Pace. How would you classify your music genre-wise?
I don't know. I guess it's rock. That's how I cataloged it in iTunes. So I guess that's what it is.
Our next question is for Caitlin. This question comes from Sarah, who asks, how did you become interested in art?
Well, starting at 4, I did ballet. I almost gave it up for a year because everyone laughed at me because costume didn't fit. But I kept going anyway because my mom forced me to. And eventually I learned to love art. Our last question is from Jamie. It's for Bobby. It says, Dearest Bobby, people wouldn't recognize you without your skinny jeans, rebel plaid, and steady love for PBR. Yet you consistently refuse to embrace your hipster identity. What gives? Extra points if you answer in limerick form.
Well, Jamie, I think I've got an answer for you. Well, it's true that my flannel is fluffy, and sometimes my beard is quite scruffy. If you try it a bit, you have to admit, it's better than being a yuppie.
That was pretty well played.
Well, that wraps up our question session today. Stay tuned for more post-Echo exclusives in 2012.
Do you need to ride home?
I'm good.